Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
Storms moved through Metro Detroit, flooding freeways and leaving thousands without power. The hardest rain came just after rush hour, with the flooding shutting down stretches of I-75 and I-94.
There's a lot of spots out there, and right now DTE is reporting more than 28,000 customers are still without power, and there's a look at the current outage map. Our Tim Pamplin has been all over the area tonight and joins us with the night cam.
If you were with us at 5 and 6, you saw the live drive. Weather was abysmal, and all that rain and wind did its damage. Here in Plymouth, Sheldon Road flooded out, and this end gingerly trying to make its way through. Trees down all over our area today as these winds whipped. The rain poured and power started tripping out.
Yeah, we have about 700 customers without power right now here in the city of Plymouth. Part of our downtown is out.
The wood chippers swinging into action as the city of Plymouth DPW crews started cleaning up. Appears they didn't miss a beat.
No, we got our crews out right away with the storm, and they're responding and taking care of getting the roads back open and taking care of things as best we can right now. And then tomorrow it'll be a full assault on cleaning the rest of the city up.
So as the city does their part, so do the residents. Police actually now just shutting down Sheldon Road. This Buick made it through and then promptly conked out. More intense scene here at 75 and 9 Mile, entering in that construction zone. Not entirely sure I would have driven through that. This scene is from Novi as we were heading towards Plymouth. Driving conditions downright treacherous. Now here on the Stroh's Curve downtown, wet roads and a semi going too fast, well, gives you this. Southbound 75 was shut down for several hours, just opened up within the last half hour or so. So back out here, hopefully this rain will stop and conditions will improve for the morning commute. For now, that's the scene along 75 with a night cam. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
Warned us about that flooding,
Yeah, I did. Brett, you've been tracking storms all night. How are we looking out there right now?
Things are better. We're slowly seeing conditions improve. Still some rain falling, even a couple of heavier downpours as well on Storm Tracker 4. But you can see the majority of what we're seeing fall at this moment is just light to moderate rain. All the heavy rain, the thunderstorms are gone, with the exception of this little cluster out in parts of Livingston County. This developed in and around the Lansing area and is moving eastward. So we'll watch it as we head throughout the next little while here. But the severe threat, slim to none during the overnight. Good dose of rain. Anywhere that's green is 1 to 2 inches. Yellow shade is 2 inches plus. So we needed some rain, we got it. It just came a little too fast, which led to that flooding across parts of the area. Also saw some storm damage, trees and power lines down in the area, like here in Oxford, 6 to 8 inch diameter tree. Also down in Novi, parts of Livingston County as well. And the storm pins are coming in. If you have some, go to the local forecasters app and upload yours there. But you can see this tree down in Dearborn Heights and Livonia, as well as in Willis. So some good damage reports there. Also a good dose of rain fell. We'll get a little bit more tomorrow. We'll track that for you coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Brad. Tonight there is new information on that mass shooting on Coyle from over the weekend.
A neighbor is in custody, accused of killing 2 people and wounding 6 others. Mara McDonald is live at Detroit Police Headquarters. Mara, you were able to speak with some of the family members of one of the victims.
That's right. Andre Willis Jr. was killed in that mass shooting. He comes from a large, loving, extended family, and they just cannot fathom what's happened here.
This is indescribable.
For the entire Willis family, the loss is immeasurable.
He's the family guy, the peacekeeper, the diffuser, bring everybody together. He's the happy face in the party all the time.
Her brother Andre was on Coyle, sitting in his car with a longtime family friend on Sunday.
Just chopping it up as they do. That's our neighborhood.
Police say 36-year-old neighbor Winston Kirtley Jr. was upset about how people had parked their cars because a birthday party was in process and just started shooting, hitting 8 people and killing Andre and a close family friend. When police got to the scene, Kirtley was in the house where he'd stashed 11 weapons for easy access. He gave himself up to police. And while Kirtley is in custody tonight, the Willis family mourns the beloved son, brother, and father of 2 little girls he loved dearly.
I'm not supposed to be sitting here. talking about RIP and picking out urns and writing I miss you poems. Setting up obituaries, finding pictures.
Back here live, the family is working on a vigil as well as funeral plans, and it would appear that Andre is going to be buried on his mother's birthday. We're live at Detroit Police Headquarters. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
Just terrible. In other news, a man wanted for hitting and killing a Detroit father is arrested after a 3-week manhunt. He was taken into custody following a police chase in Southfield. You're seeing part of it there. That's where our Pamela Osborne is live tonight, and she joins us with how police were able to track him down, Pam.
Well, Jason, it was actually a tip that came into Crime Stoppers. That's how police identified the person who they say is responsible for hitting and killing Lamar Waller. Now, the suspect, his name has not yet been released, but he tried to get away. As you'll see in the video, he had some help, but he couldn't outrun officers from 2 different departments. In the passenger seat of this black Lincoln MKZ is a homicide suspect wanted for murder in the city of Detroit. Southfield police, receiving that information, tried to stop the car, but watch as the woman behind the wheel takes off. When they get to a parking lot, officers use a pit maneuver, bringing the car to a stop. Watch as the driver door opens. The wanted man inside jumps over the driver and takes off on foot. Southfield and Detroit police chase him down into the lobby of a nearby business. That's where they made the arrest, to the relief of Bianca Waller.
I just don't know what my life will be like without him. But this is a start to healing some and something that's just an unimaginable experience.
On July 12th, her husband, Lamar, got into an argument with the suspect at the Ace of Spades Gentlemen's Club in Detroit. The suspect ran him down in a vehicle and took off. Lamar was taken to the hospital where he later died of his injuries.
And I just want Lamar to know, and he knows because I've said it to him a million times, I'm just so proud of him, so proud of the person he became, so proud of how he was doing his business, the father he was, the husband he was.
Bianca extending her gratitude to officers for their determination in finding the suspect and to the public for their support and information that led to her husband's killer being taken into custody.
My daughter's birthday was just yesterday, so you can only imagine how hard that was to have a birthday without him here.
And she tells us it is her understanding from talking to witnesses who were there that day that her husband tried to stand in defense of a woman before that dispute turned deadly. A warrant request has been sent over to the prosecutor's office. I should mention the driver of that getaway car that was in that chase. She is also facing charges and is expected to be arraigned tomorrow. Reporting live in Southfield, I'm Pamela Osborne, Local 4.
Hey, Pam, thank you. A death investigation is underway right now in Macomb Township after 2 people are found dead inside a home.
This is viewer video here of the scene on Downing Street near 22 Mile and Hayes. That's where deputies found the bodies after conducting a welfare check. At this time, the Macomb County Sheriff's Office is only saying the investigation is ongoing and there is no threat to the community.
Abortion continues to be legal across Michigan after an Oakland County judge rules to keep an order in place preventing county prosecutors from enforcing the state's 1931 abortion ban. Today's ruling extends that emergency order through August 17th. The order provides ongoing access to legal abortion in Michigan. While the legal fight over the restraining order plays out, voters in November will likely get an opportunity to decide whether to add abortion rights to the state constitution.
The state is expanding testing after a cancer-causing chemical was released into the Huron River by Tribar Manufacturing. Right now, everyone is being asked to stay out of the river from Wixom Road in Oakland County to Kensington Road in Livingston County. It's not yet known how much hexavalent chromium got into the water, but the state health department took samples from 9 different locations to find out. Those results expected tomorrow. In the meantime, there is frustration as popular recreation spots along the river are now shut down.
It's heartbreaking and devastating that we have to deal with this. We've been dealing with PFAS since 2018 and now with hexavalent chromium, both from the same polluter. it really feels like we're just being kicked while we're down.
Well, meanwhile, we've just learned there's been a large diesel spill on the Canadian side of the St. Clair River near St. Clair County.
The emergency manager says the water is safe to drink, but the county has shut down intakes at the water treatment facilities until the fuel spill is cleared.